Barbara Eden, Laurie Amsterdam, Rosemary, Charlie Weaver, Robert Morgan, Wally Cox, Abby Dalton, and Buddy Hackett, all in the Hollywood Squares. And here is the master of the Hollywood Squares, Peter Marshall.
Well, thank you, audience. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the nighttime edition of the Hollywood Squares. And hello, stars, this Friday Eve. How are you all? What a rowdy bunch we have tonight.
Every
our
night,
regulars are back. Barbara Eden, Buddy Hackett's with us again. Bobby Morse, my pal Walter Matthau, and it should be a fun evening. You tell him, Walter. Our players, first of all, Miss Circle is Peggy Thurston, who was a first-grade school teacher.
That's right.
And you're married to an Army sergeant stationed where?
Stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. He was drafted.
Well, it happens to a lot of us, I'll tell you that. Yeah. I guess you missed him. Well, you'll get to see him.
We were married a long time before he was drafted.
I see.
So
Well,
kind of hard.
I hope you have better luck on our show if you feel so bad
Oh,
about
I'm
that.
going to win.
Oh, good. Well, that's the positive attitude. This gentleman, as our Mr. X, is Bob Whitestone, a struggling young lawyer from Alexandria, Virginia. Hi there, Bob. Nice to see you. Welcome to Hollywood Squares. I understand you're married, have a little boy?
That's right.
And good luck to you also,
Well,
sir.
thank you very much.
We have a lot of marvelous prizes, a lot of money, and I hope you both sort of split it up. And we will play the first round of Hollywood Squares right after this word. The object for our players is to get 3 stars in a row, either across, up and down, or diagonally. It's up to them to figure out if a star is giving a correct answer and making one up. That's how they get the squares. Every game is worth $300. And in addition, our first 2 games we play for the secret square. If one of our contestants picks the secret square and is correct, this is the prize they will receive. Kenny?
You'll visit Hong Kong and Tokyo in this trip to the Orient via TWA, the all-jet airline. Enjoy fabulous in-flight service, your choice of delicious entrees cooked in flight, widescreen color movies, 8 channels of stereo music. You're up, up, and away, TWA.
Sold me. We'll show the home audience the secret square. I understand that Bob Whitestone, Mr. X, won the cost of the toy and backstage. That means, sir, that you will go first. Pick a star.
All right, I'll go with the man from Mount Ida.
All right. All right.
According to legend, when Sir Walter Raleigh's servant first saw him smoking a pipe, what did he do?
He saved the coupons first. That's how he got the pipe. No, actually... Actually, what happened, his servant was so upset to see all this smoke that he threw a bucket of water on it.
I think Charlie's right.
Yeah, he thought he was on fire. Put an X right there. A very good start. Now, that's an interesting story. Okay, Peggy.
I'll
Thank
go
you,
with
Charlie.
Abby Dalton.
Abby?
Come on, Abby.
A man named John Rock changed the course of American life a few years back. What did he do?
Oh, John Rock. That's the man. He's the man that developed the first color television tube.
I'll disagree.
John Rock is the inventor of the first birth control pill.
I was close. Well, television's a better way, anyway.
Bob Whitestone.
You got to admit it's one or the other.
Bob? Oh, boy, this is not easy, I tell you. Go ahead.
Maury Amsterdam.
Do we hear bells? No.
No.
Pocahontas saved the life of Captain John Smith back in the early days, right?
That's right. Nice
Did they
girl.
get married later on?
No, as a matter of fact, a lot of people think so because we have so many Smiths in the world. But the reason for that is I saw a sign the other day on a big building that said Smith Manufacturing Company.
I can't take...
But she didn't marry him because her father didn't like the idea. No, anyway, she didn't marry. She married another fella. She saved his life, but she saved him for somebody else.
Bob?
That's a tough one. I ought to know, but I'm going to agree with Maury.
She married a fellow named John Rolfe. It is no, and you agreed. Put the X right there. Peggy Thurston.
I'll go with Rosemary for the block.
Rosemary the Block could be the secret square, but is not this Friday Eve. What is the capital city of Oklahoma?
That's all you want to know?
That's all I want to know, Ro. Well, Peggy wants to know.
Oklahoma City.
Agree.
She's right. Put a circle there. A little tentative, I'm afraid, Peggy. A little tentative.
To the man from Brooklyn, Buddy Hackett.
That's me.
It's either Barbara, Walter, Wally, or Ralph.
Boy, if you ask me a capital, I know every single one in the whole country. Any capital, ask me one of them.
Capital, Rhode Island.
Providence.
Capital of the United States in Europe.
Say, folks, that's
where we
another
sent
game.
it.
This is Hollywood Squares, and I
Excuse me.
can continue if I may. Buddy, what country has the highest ratio of doctors to population?
The country with the most Jews. I guess. I would say Israel. You have a doctor in every family. It's a cousin, could be an uncle, could be. But every family's got a connection, a doctor, couple of specialists.
Well,
Buddy ought to know. I'll agree.
You agree with that?
it's Israel. He's
It
right.
is? You know, I'm going to tell you something.
What?
I thought it was Sweden, but I couldn't get any joke with Sweden, so...
That's the only country in the world with office hours.
Peggy Thurston. A
Well,
strategy
do the
time. There's a
doctors-
secret square up there. It is worth a trip to Hong Kong, Tokyo.
I think I'll chance the secret square with Robert Morris.
No, it's either Barbara, Walter, or Wally. Here's a question on physics. What makes a pendulum swing?
Booze and broad. Let's see.
What
now,
makes a pendulum
it's
swing?
either centrifugal force, but, gee, I'd say gravity.
Is that the same as the rotation of the Earth?
I say gravity.
Would say it's the rotation of the Earth, and I don't know if you say that's the same.
I can only accept if you concur
Gravity.
with Robert or
No,
not.
then I'll say no.
It's gravity. I'm sorry, I can only accept a yes or no with gravity. X gets the square. You can go for the win. In fact, you'll go for the win anywhere. There's that secret square. It's either Wally, Walter, or Barbara Eden. And one contains that trip.
I'll go with Jeannie.
Barbara Eden. Bob Whitestone, you took a 3-to-1 shot and paid off. Hey, that's very good. This is for a trip for two to Tokyo and Hong Kong via TWA. Remember, only you can win. If you're wrong, the prize will go over to our next
And
game.
you can stop in Israel for a checkup.
Say, Barbara, on the secret square, we always have a special envelope here. If I can find the right one here. Here we go. Listen carefully. In what opera would you find the aria La Donna Mobile? In El Trovatore, Rigoletto, or Don Giovanni? La Donna Mobile.
Could you repeat the
Yes,
names?
in what opera would you find the aria La
Yeah.
Donna Mobile?
Yeah.
El Trovatore, Rigoletto, or Don Giovanni?
El Trovatore.
I'll agree.
Giuseppe Verdi's
Rigoletto.
Rigoletto. She was wrong. You agreed. The secret square was not won, so in our next game, we'll add the trip to the new prize, and you could win them both. Let's find out, and we will pretty soon. Okay, Circle gets the square. Let's move on with this game. Peggy?
I'll take Wally Cox.
Wally, if we were pulling a bank robbery together, and I offered you the lion's share, what would that mean?
And you were scared of me. They don't call me Killer Cox, the lion of the lineup, for nothing. I'm jesting again. It's the lion's share, although it's popularly thought of as being most of it, means all of it. Every scrap.
I'll agree.
The whole thing, all of it. Put the circle right there. Back to you, sir. You have to say it, even though that's the only one up
All
there.
right, I'll go to Walter Matthau.
The best actor, at least one of the best actors in the business, Walter Matthau, who's starring in Dolly and The Odd Couple, and it's such a pleasure to have you on our show. Say, Walter.
Guide to the Married Man.
A Guide to the Married Man, co-starring with Bob Morris. Yes. If you wanted to send your wife a telegram, how many words would you be permitted to send at the basic rate?
If I wanted to send my wife a telegram, I'd be in trouble. 15.
I agree.
You have $300. Put an X right there. Very good, Walter. And very good, Bob.
Thank you, Walter.
All right now, folks. This is what happens. You have $300, and the player who wins the most cash during our show gets a special bonus prize. You'll see that later. Now, let's begin round 2. And what is the secret square worth this game, Kenny?
New from American Motors, the 1968 Javelin SST Sports Hardtop. This new Javelin Sports Hardtop comes complete with radio bucket seats, automatic transmission, white walls, Javelin by American Motors, plus a trip to the Orient via TWA.
We'll show the home audience our secret square. We don't know in the studio. Our studio audience, nobody knows here. Good luck to both of you. That's all I can say. Miss Circle, you'll start this round. Peggy?
I'll start with Charlie Weaver.
All righty.
When the Cartwright family leaves the Ponderosa to go into town, what town do they usually go into?
Beverly Hills. No, they get on their horses and they ride into Virginia City.
I'll go with Charlie.
He's right. Put a circle there. Good start.
Charlie.
Bob, you take a look, and we'll get to your question in just a second. But first, I have a message for the viewers. Say, we'll be back with more of Hollywood Squares and Charlie Weaver right after this. Our game is worth a Javelin sports car, a trip to the Orient, and it is Mr. X's turn.
Well, I hope it's Abby Dalton.
Could be. You never know. One part of your body is more sensitive to touch than any other. Which part is it?
Oh, yes. I know that. Well, contrary to what most people think, it is your earlobe. Or lobes.
I'm going to disagree.
It's the tip of the tongue. X gets the square. Thank you.
Maury, Amsterdam.
You're the young lady from Texas?
My husband's in Texas.
Oh, I'm just going to say you got a nice piece of property there.
Say, Maury, a favorite of music students everywhere is Debussy's Clair de Lune. What does Clair de Lune mean in English? Debussy's Clair de Lune.
Well, Loon is short for lunatic. So they're nuts about something in this. I think Claire is crazy about Debussy. That's the way I got it figured out. No, Luna has something to do with the moon. I think Claire is clear. Clear or bright moon.
I'll disagree.
Let's get a ruling. He is wrong. It is moonlight. She disagreed. Put a circle right there. I had to get a ruling, Maury. I didn't know. Okay, Bob.
Rosemary.
Not the secret square, but
No
very important
bells,
for the
never
block. No
bells
bells,
with
no
me.
bells. Sherlock Holmes, his arch enemy, was an evil scientist. Name his favorite villain.
Professor Moriarty.
That's right.
That sure is. Put an X there. Peggy, Kristen?
I'll go with Barbara Eden.
Barbara Eden. I would have gone to Buddy maybe for the block, but let's find out. This may work out. She had a hunch you were the secret square. See, as a genie who jumps in and out of bottles, answer this question. Are some people double-jointed? I don't know what that got to do with the genie jumping in and out of bottles, but that's what they've got here.
Are some people double-jointed?
Yeah.
Technically, physiologically, I mean.
Really, truly.
I think the term is used erroneously. I don't think they're physiologically double-jointed. No. I don't think so.
I'll agree with her.
It is possible to stretch the ligaments, but everybody's joints are the same. It is no end. Put a circle right there. Very good. Okay, Bob.
I know a guy was double jointed.
Anybody?
Yeah, he had one joint in Vegas and one in Reno.
Sell much booze?
Oh, yeah.
How you doing at the Diplomat Hotel down there? I know you've got that hotel.
I'm going to... We're doing real good down there. We're full. But if you want to know where I'm appearing tonight...
Yes.
At the home of Esther Cohen, I'll be appearing tonight for dinner right after...
All right. Very good, buddy. Bob?
My mother-in-law.
Well, I think I'll go with Buddy Hackett.
This is for the win?
You can't go with me. I'm married.
This is for the win. At Secret Square is either Wally, Robert, or Walter. This could end it all. Your neighbor in the London apartment house tells you that it's the custom every month to oil the knocker. What's that?
My neighbor in the London apartment house. Hoo-hoo, have you got the wrong party? To oil the knocker. Well, let's see. Now, I know to be knocked up in London means to leave a call, to be awakened. So in an apartment house, it would be the concierge, the superintendent or the janitor, to tip the janitor, to tip the to tip the guys in charge of the building, I guess. To oil them, give them a little grease.
That sounds right.
You know something? It is right. X gets the square. You still have $600. Golly, Ned, we played 2 secret square games, and they were never chosen. Who was our secret square? Wally was the secret square, too, our regular here on Hollywood Squares. Say, by the way, if the show should end in the middle of a game, we'll give our players $50 for each square they have on the board, which is very important because it will count toward their cash total and the big bonus prize at the end of the show. Let us clear the board. Mr. X, I believe you'll start this round. Is that true? All right.
I'll go with Walter Matthau.
200 years ago, Walter, if I had insisted that you give me satisfaction, what would I have wanted?
Kiss.
Oh, boy.
This is a dirty program. And I'm very happy that I'm on it. And I can show off, and I know all the answers to everything, and I know... Would you repeat that question?
If I had insisted a couple of 100 years ago that you give me satisfaction, what would I have wanted from you, sir?
I think that you probably would be challenging me to a duel.
I think he's right.
He sure is. Wow. Za-za-za. X, Thank you.
Just me.
Say, Ro.
Yes, Peter.
According to Emily Post,
Again.
is it proper to give a shower for someone who is getting married for the second time, yes or no?
Oh, I think that's only fair.
Especially if they're dirty.
Not that kind of a shower.
Oh.
No, I think that's only fair because I think she would be starting housekeeping all over again and things. Yeah, I think that would be nice to give her for the second time, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'll disagree.
It's perfectly proper, yes. And
Sure, why should the poor girl get left out?
All right, Bob.
She has a lot of stuff left over.
Maury Amsterdam.
According to Vogue magazine, which sex is bolder romantically, men or women?
Well, according to the women who watch the soap operas all day, I think it'd be women.
I think I'll agree with him.
He is right. X gets that
Got it.
particular square. Say it civil way, Peggy.
Charlie Weaver.
Charlie Weaver to blotch. You have no cash. You're trying to get on the board here. Say, at the start of World War II, President Roosevelt pointed with his finger at a marshy spot of land just across the Potomac. Put it there, he said, and they did. What was it?
His little dog, Fala. Let me get him out of the house. No, I remember that very historic moment. And they put it there, too. Boy, it was something. Oh, you want to know what it was? The Pentagon.
I'll agree.
He's right. Circle gets the square. Bob?
To Barbara Eden.
Or $900. What hit motion picture stars Robert Blake and Scott Wilson?
Oh. That's Truman Capote's In Cold Blood.
I hope she's right. I'm going to agree with her.
She is right. And X gets the square. You, sir, have $900.
But I'll go.
He said he hadn't seen it, but yeah, you better go see that. Okay, we'll start with Miss Circle. Is the board cleared up there? Let's catch up time, Peggy. Let's garner you some money here.
I'll go with Charlie. He's been good for me.
As long as he's in Texas, I'll go with you, too.
One state is nicknamed the Heart of Dixie. Which one?
The Heart of Dixie?
Yeah, nicknamed the Heart of Dixie. Which state is it?
Wait a minute now. I get it focused in there. The Confederate States. Alabama.
I'll agree.
He's right.
You know who it is.
Bob?
Abby Dalton.
American history is the category, Abby. Tell us, in what American city the Battle of Bunker Hill took place?
Oh, I know that because I was there this last summer. And I kept driving around on those turnpikes, and I could see it, but I couldn't get to it. It's in Boston.
I agree.
The Revolutionary War, Boston, yes. Peggy.
I'll go with Maury.
Maury? Ingrid Bergman won an Oscar in 1944 for what picture?
She co-starred with Gregory Peck. I think it was Spellbound.
What?
Spellbound.
I'll agree.
It was Gaslight. X gets the square.
Oh.
Bob?
Walter Matthau.
When making a bagel, is the dough molded around the hole or is the hole punched after the bagel is formed?
You're asking the right guy.
What's a bagel?
It's a donut.
Oh, wait a minute. Did he ask what's a bagel?
Yeah.
I challenge his citizenship.
Is the dough molded around the hole, or is the hole punched after the
I think the
bagel
bowl
is
is doled around the hole. I mean, the bowl is holed around the bowl.
I agree with him. I think it is.
I don't know what he said.
That's why I agreed.
What did you say? Molded around the hole?
I think it's doled around the bowl.
He said molded around the hole, and you agreed.
Right.
He's right. All right, thank you. Wow.
I'll go to Barbara Eden.
Barbara Eden, 2 block, yes. The movie Your Cheating Heart was based on the life of hillbilly singer, the great late Hank Williams. He was marvelous. What well-known actor played Hank Williams in Your Cheating Heart?
Oh, that was, what's her name's boyfriend?
Ex.
That's right.
George Hamilton.
I'll agree.
What's her
Oh,
name?
she's right.
Gee.
Put a second right there. Say, whose boyfriend? I forget. It was in the paper. I read it.
Linda
Mark, or
Bird.
something. All right. Say, we'll get back with our game and more of Hollywood Squares in just a moment. Players, Peggy, Bob, time is up for this Friday Eve. Peggy, you didn't win any of the secret squares.
I know.
But you have 2 squares in the final game, so that gives you a cash total of $100.
Thank you so much.
Well,
I really had fun.
Well, we certainly enjoyed you on the show here. This gentleman did quite well.
Yes,
Say, Bob, you won no secret square. You had a couple of shots at it. 3 games, 3 squares in the final game for a cash total of $1,050. You are the big winner, and here's your bonus prize. It's exciting. Kenny?
And from RCA, the Gloucester Home Entertainment Center, inspired by colonial pieces of the Federal period, with 23-inch color tube, FM, AM stereo radio, Studiomatic 4-speed changer, and dynamic 6-speaker sound.
Say, friends, don't miss Hollywood Squares next Friday night, and daytime at 11:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 Central Time. Stars, thank you again for making it a fun evening here. Peter Marshall saying, have a good week. Bye-bye. Thank you. Good night.
As a memento of the show, each contestant will receive a home version of the Hollywood Squares game. Our reference source for questions and answers is the 20-volume 1968 edition of the World Book Encyclopedia, containing more than 12,000 pages and representing the work of 2,500 consultants and contributors.
This is your whammy. This is your whammy on the all-new Press Your Luck.
What's up?
Any questions? Join Todd Hooton as he hosts Whammy, the all-new Press Your Luck.
That hurts. Charming as ever and hip, too.
Weeknights at 10 p.m. only on Game Show Network.
This program was pre-recorded.